afternoon in Poland. Hope you have a good day today. We see 11 people already. I'm glad that you joined today's webinar, and we'll just take a minute or two more to wait for late joiners, maybe. Mm, so let us just wait a couple of seconds more. Okay, I believe we could start right away because no one is really joining us at the moment. So I'd like to officially say hello to everyone. Uh, this is the second of our webinars in this year. We started very strongly last month with show up of machine vision software, some live demos. In case you missed this opportunity, please write us on the chat, and we'll be able to provide you some YouTube link just to watch the previous event. And today's event is a little bit different. We would like to present current update on machine vision components. So there is a number of novelties in the market. Of course, machine vision isn't changing very quickly. However, this evolution just takes step by step as time goes by, and we feel like this moment is a very good moment for a broader update on what's in our portfolio. Before we start off with the presentation, I'd like to mention two things. So first of all, as previously, our session is recorded, so you are just free to watch it later if in case you cannot make it to live event today. And second announcement is that after my presentation, which will take approximately 45 minutes, there will be a promotional section. So we have a nice promotions and gifts for all that join us today. And after that, we will have a short Q&A session. Please feel free to type in questions on the chat as the presentation goes, so that we will be able to answer and address all your questions right away after my presentation. And last but not least, also, if you have any ideas or directions for further webinars, please feel free to also to share this information, to share your ideas or anything that you would like to have sorted out from our side. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into the presentation itself. Avicon component update, April 2026. Of course, kwiecień is April in Polish language. Let's jump right away. First off, we'll start strongly with the line scan technology. Just for those who don't know what line scan cameras are, we have a very depictive and short explanation here. So you can imagine that line scan is just the usual camera. However, it has only single pixel line, single stripe of the pixels instead of two-dimensional area scan or image sensors. So, and this single stride of pixels also grabs a single line of image instead of full image, like maybe you see me in the webcam. So this is area scan. So line scan would be like we take only one line from the image and do something with it. So operation can be compared to by analogy uh, to document scanning. So this is what document scanners do. Basically, they just slide through under the window and they scan the document line by line. So the idea is pretty the same. However, we use specialized cameras. Of course, if we want to grab the full extent of the object and obtain the whole image of the object, then you can feel that we need some relative movement. We need to scan line by line, and this is how exactly this line scan systems work. So we need to introduce a relative movement between camera and object, whether it be camera moving or object moving. This is up to application, and also application determines if we want to scan linear way, so moving right and left, or the rotational way. So we can scan by rotating the objects around some axis and have have unrevolved image, so to say. And of course, you can also feel that it needs some kind of synchronization because we need to know what time intervals are bound to the frequency of scanning of these cameras. So all of these features are prepared on the camera side. We use simply encoders to keep track of relative movement regardless the speed of scanning or velocity of the web, velocity of the object, so that we can basically change the velocity and scale of final image doesn't change. So these are the basics. And what new about the portfolio? So in this case, Basler has introduced a Racer Tool S line scan series, which I would say is kind of novelty, because this is the first time we have line scan cameras with such small factor or mechanical footprint factor. So this is 29 by 29 millimeter footprint of the camera itself. So of course there is an optics added to it, some connectors. So finally the whole assembly gets a little bit bigger. However, the camera is very miniature, unlike the technology, line scan technology up to now, because these line scan cameras used to be a bulky, big devices, but now we have a small factor devices. And what to say more, 2K and 4K models. 2K and 4K means how many pixels are in the line. So 2K is just simply 248 pixels in single line, and the 4K stands for 9,000. Sorry, 9,000, not one, 4,000. 96 pixels in single line, so that by grabbing line by line, we can just stitch lines together and we get the full extension of the image. And also interfaces are quite important. We have three options available. This is the GIGI, very classical, standard, old school way of doing machine vision, very stable, long cables, very nice. Also, we have a faster 5 gigi version, which differs with the bandwidth of the data. And for exceptionally fast processes where we have to go like tens or even hundreds of kilohertz for extremely fast moving objects or extremely high resolutions, we have an option of CoExpress. So CoExpress is pretty non-standard uh, interface for everyday's computing. It needs some extensions to the PC. It doesn't work well with the laptops, for instance. We need some PCI Express extension cards. However, at this expense, we have a very good value of throughput, reaching up to 1.2 gigabytes per second of the raw image data. Before we go, we can just show it off for a quick overview. As you can see, this is the actual camera that I'm just presenting right now, and you can maybe you can see. Unfortunately, my webcam is too wide angle, so you might not see too many details, but you can just see that there is a very narrow transversal sensor on it. So this is what it's all about with the line scans. And here we have also connection, GIGI in this case, sorry, GIGI, yes, GIGI connection, and some circular connector for IOs, inputs and outputs. So here we provide the electrical signals from the encoder, for instance, to synchronize the camera along with the process. Okay, let's go further on. The next novelty is the Basler GMSL cameras. GMSL means gigabit multimedia serial link. So what it's all about is that we provide kind of gigabit communication, but we are changing the physical layer of the connection. We are skipping to switching to coaxial connections. So this is a special sort of coaxial cable. This is called FACRA connector, and here we have a special design that is exceptionally mechanically stable. So this connection basically originates from the automotive industry, where there is additional requirements to mechanical stability. Also, the cables and the connectors have to be vibration proof, and a whole lot of other non-vision secondary requirements, mechanical requirements has to take in place. Let me just show. Sorry, I forgot to switch the camera. So this is kind of cable that is used for GMSL. You can see the circular coaxial connection with the core and the cladding or grounding, so to say, and we are able to go as far as 20 meters with the full bandwidth. Why is it introduced? Definitely, it's kind of answer to embedded market, where we need just stable connections and things have to be done a little bit differently. This is not a standard industrial setup where we can just put the camera and have no additional requirements. Often for embedded systems like UAVs or some crawling robots, the components, machine vision components, have to fulfill additional durability conditions. So this is where we are heading with GMSL basically. And of course, if edge computing or embedded is mentioned, then definitely the manufacturer of the camera has to provide proper connectivity to different systems. So basically, Basler's answer in the accessories is to provide a full compatibility with the NVIDIA Jetson Orin platform. So this is GPU on ARM platform where you can do a full-fledged machine learning projects with a small factor of and small footprint of for instance energy consumption. So these are perfect systems for all sorts of embedded or OEM products where functionality of camera has to be embedded in some other product. It is a functional part of some product. So here we have, of course, direct compatibility through so-called enablement packages. Enablement package is simply saying is just the additional middle board, PCB board that on the one side connects the camera and the other side conforms to the physical factor of the pinouts of the computer of particular vendor and provides proper signaling, proper powering, etc., etc. So here we have enablement packages for NVIDIA itself. NVIDIA is manufacturer of not only of GPUs, but also of platforms, the whole platforms for embedded ARM computing. But also there are other third-party vendors that provide NVIDIA GPU computing, but on their own specific boards, oftentimes addressed to particular markets or particular applications. So sometimes even despite having the same GPU, they can differ tremendously with some sets of connectors, functionalities, additional peripherals, etc., etc. So here we have such brands as Advantech, Syslogic, Neosys, and Lanner, among others. And these are platforms of third-party vendors that Basler supports directly. Third novelty from the Basler is the ACE2 series that recently obtained the OmniVision sensors. What's important about OmniVision sensors is that OmniVision managed to design the sensor that has a significantly higher sensitivity in some boundary spectrum regions. So for this particular example, we have a great sensitivity for near infrared. So you can see basically for 900 nanometers, which is a deep near infrared, I would say, this sensitivity just reaches like 0.6 of quantum efficiency, which means 60% of photons are converted to electrons. So why is it unusual? because classical sensors up to now, vision sensors for visual and near infrared spectrum range, featured a 3 times lower sensitivity in this region. So these cameras are particularly handy for near infrared applications, where we have to use non-visual light but infrared. There are a number of applications where something is way better visible in near infrared rather than in visual 400 to 700 nanometers range. And how has it been achieved in practice? So there is a definitely a brand name for it, which is Nixel technology. So this is the registered trademark, and under that label, there are two techniques that have been implemented. So first one is the deep trench isolation of pixel crosstalks, which means basically that pixels are physically separated by some etching process. So there is a physical void barrier between pixels, so it enables pixels to conserve their charge induced by the light and not to spill over the neighboring pixels. And the second technology is that OmniVision applied a way thicker silicon architecture. So silicon is of course opaque for the visual range, but for near infrared is translucent. So we need in order to get more sensitivity, we need to have pixels that are thicker, so that light that passes through the material is able to excite more electrons as it goes through the whole thickness of the active sensor area. So this is the main bottom lines about OmniVision sensor. So the only thing to remember is that we have a tremendously higher sensitivity in near infrared. There is also some sensitivity gain for UV, not too much, but also interesting. So we have also some possibilities to make UV based applications. Okay, next one is we just skip to totally another peripherals of machine vision, so to say. We have hyperspectral imaging on the slide. What is hyperspectral imaging? Hyperspectral imaging is the kind of new technology that emerged from considerations of the whole spectrum characteristics of the objects. So this optical or electronical technology is about making the spectral characteristic or scanning the spectral characteristics of the object. So for instance, for just to visualize you the whole idea, monochrome black and white image has the only one channel. This is the grayscale channel from 0 to 255 digital values, right? So something is 255, then this is white, and something is 0, then this is black. So we have a one channel. Color vision, of course, incorporates 3 channels. So this is RGB. So this is natural to human eye. And here we have the far extension of these ideas of multi-channel. So with the hyperspectral imaging, we extend to over 200 channels. So we divide the whole sensitivity area into more than 200 distinctive bands, narrow bands that we register image with. So as a result, we have as a result we have the whole, so to say, book of the images, and every image on every page of the book has a different wavelength which the object is registered by. So what is the outcome? We can trace the distribution of different chemical characteristics. So this is basically what finally it's all about, because in the spectra there is an enclosed hidden information about chemical characteristics of the material. So why would we need it? Of course, example applications are like plastic and waste sorting. Imagine the systems that could differentiate, for instance, polyethylene from polypropylene. For a human bare eye, definitely these are undistinguishable. Every single bottle, regardless the material, can be just the similar translucent looking way, right? I can take the bottle, and I cannot even tell which material is which. But hyperspectral imaging can easily detect and classify different objects based on the spectra it registers. So novelty is the FX19 camera from Specim company. Specim is a global leader for hyperspectral imaging, and what Specim offers with this model is basically so-called near sphere range of the spectrum, which goes from 1130 nanometers up to 1920 nanometers. So this is way beyond the sensitivity of classical cameras. We go into so-called short-wave infrared spectrum range, where we stop totally to see colors, but we start to see a direct excitation bands from the different chemical bonds like CO2 or NH3 or whatever is particular material composed of. Then these characteristics just show up in the data that we scan. Uh, okay, so this would be the hyperspectral imaging. So this camera has also, of course, 224 spectral bands, so it divides into 224, so to say, images. So we have 224 channels, and we have also 640 spatial pixels. So this means that we can have some width of the object covered with this 640 pixels, and there is also some value of frames per second. This is like 500. It may not tell you too much. However, it means that we are able to scan, for instance, 30 centimeters per second in the practice. Okay, so this would be the camera part, and now we go over to lenses. So here we have a new lens as a first product. We have a new S-mount wide-angle lenses. So why is it quite important? So I previously, talking about GMSL cameras, I mentioned about embedded and miniaturized cameras that are needed across different applications. So Kowa S-mount wide-angle lens proposal is some kind of answer to looking at the wide angles with the embedded cameras. So here is the size and the weight what matters to the potential customers of this camera of this lenses. So it features so-called S mount miniature mount. It is called also M12 mount. So this means that this is a metric thread. This is metric fine thread of the nominal diameter of 12 millimeters. And then we have 185 degrees. So it is, yeah, it is a little bit more than the half full angle. So we can just see from the left to the right with some small margin. So this is a kind of special applications probably. Not every application needs that, but however, there are some applications that would need so wide field of view. And then we have also the option for protective coatings that cover the lens surface and provide the scratch resistance and mm, prevent from the harsh environment, basically. So this is the perfect fit for for instance, for Basler Dart series, where we have a miniature cameras that connect to the embedded world, and then we have the option of high quality embedded lenses. Another uh, another pole of the spectrum of the lenses is the Kowa LF lenses. This is just whole another story. So these Kowa lenses are no longer small. These lenses are compatible with the big sensors and ready for high resolutions, especially for the line scan cameras. So I mentioned about the line scans. So for Racer 2S series. So these lenses provide the imaging for even bigger line scans that I mentioned previously. So we have a special design of anti-rattle F mount. Um, for those who know the photography, you probably know that F mount is the type of mounting of the lens to the camera body, where we have some bayonet fixing, and then sometimes we have a slight movement possibility. It doesn't stick together let's say too good. So we sometimes have some backlash and some room for relative movement. So idea of Kowa about it is just to provide the anti-rattle F mount for secure mounting. And then we have these lenses as a 4K ready optics. So it means that it is capable of doing 4K imaging for especially for the line scan Basler series, Basler Racer, and the area scan counterparts of the big sensors are the series of the boost cameras. So these boost cameras provide up to 124 megapixels of the resolution. So such high resolution, of course, requires a big sensors because the number of pixels just does the job here. And last but not least, solution from the Kowa. This is the solution for especially harsh and wet conditions, like for instance inside or interior for mechanical milling or turning machines, where we have some cooling agents like based on oil or water, and then we need to see something, but this coolant is splashing all over the place, and then also it splashes in the direction of the camera aperture. So the rotary wiper solution from Kowa prevents basically prevents the obscuring of the water uh, for obscuring the water of the image of the camera. So this is done by simple patent, which is the rotary window. So this window is powered by compressed air. So the moment we provide the compressed air, the front window of this housing starts to rotate in the very high frequency. So so of course the centrifugal force uh, causes all the droplets to go away basically. And additionally, we are also providing here the additional blow of the air on the front of the camera, so that the droplets most of the times even don't have a chance to touch the windows. So we just blow it out even before they reach the rotary window. So this is the idea for really messy wet conditions where we just cannot avoid uh, direct splashes into the camera. Okay, so after lenses, it would be nice to also to mention about some industrial grade illumination. So here we have three proposals from TPL Vision. So first one is the HPS bar light. So this is the kind of bar light is basically the type of illumination for machine vision I think I like the most. Why? Because bar lights are quite flexible on configuration. You can just simulate by manipulating the camera and bar lights, like one or two or even four pieces of bar light over the object in some clever way. You are able to basically to simulate wide selection of illumination conditions. And also you might know that the better illumination we have in machine vision, the less image processing on the computer side side we require. So illumination always counts, and bar light just allows us to be very flexible on the configuration. So here is a special model of the bar, especially bright bar light, because it provides 2.5 million lux at the distance of 200 millimeters. So this is a crazy amount of light, to be honest. So adding IP65 ingress protection rating to it, again we are able to do a very wide selection of applications where we don't really care about environmental conditions. We can have it like dusty environment. Of course, we have to also to cover the camera. However, the bar light itself provides a tremendous amount of light, and it's able to be mounted even in the dirty conditions without any further enclosures or anything like that. And additionally, we have also selection of the um, selection of the different accessories for this bar light. So if here is the practical presentation of such bar light. So I am able to connect it, and oh, sorry, this bar light is not able because it is a strobe version, so I'm a little bit unprepared for it. However, however, what is possible with this bar light is that for the bare LEDs that are mounted here, we have a wide options wide selection of options for so-called angle changers. So we have different options for polarizing the light, changing the path of the light, or diffusing it, or refocusing, or making it narrow or wide. So there are I believe 4 or 5 different options for this bar light, just to change by simple addition of such optical plates in the front of the bar light. So depending on the length of the bar light, which can reach, I believe, up to more than 1.5 meter easily. We need a number of these angle changers so that we can change the characteristics of original lenses on each of the LED. So this is the technology of the bar light. Next up is TPL Vision Essential line. Essential line basically is the response for need on line scan applications with the line scan cameras. So again, I mentioned the line scan. So here we have the light that fulfills the line scan illumination. What's interesting about it? So for the line scan, we need to put the light on the single linear section of the object. So we don't need the whole surface to be illuminated, but we need way more intensity in the on the level of the object, because line scans have a higher line frequencies and shorter exposure times. So this forces us to use as bright lights as possible. Also, this brightness is achieved by refocusing LEDs. So this is what happens here. You can just see that the line light, basically, as shown previously, has some optics on the front that basically refocuses the sheet of light into some narrow section. So we don't have the wide angle of illumination of the object, but we refocus it. And additionally, what's interesting with this light, we are able to also to add different types of attachments that change the characteristics of the light. So for instance, here we have, I believe, what is flat Fresnel lens. So applying this flat filters in the front is just like sliding it in the groove on the front, and then we are able to secure it on the side with with additional protruding piece. I'm not sure if I have it somewhere, but yeah, here we have the protruding piece. So we close off this channel, and we have the angle changer again mounted. So there is a slight effect. Maybe it is not well visible in the camera, but it is slightly narrower. So it means that this angle foil, this angle foil just changed characteristics of light a bit. Okay, that would be line light, and then we have a third newcomer in our garden, which is which is the spotlight. You would say, what's interesting about the spotlight? It's just a single LED, I would say, okay? It's just a single LED. However, always secondary characteristics and the nice ideas about particular products count. So here there are several ideas enclosed which come very handy to the machine vision application. First off is the IP67 rating. So all of the light on this light is basically waterproof, and we can also use it on the dirty environments. So even if I adjust some lenses, some characteristics, you can see I'm screwing and unscrewing some front attachment, then it comes with some force, which means that there is a sealing inside that prevents ingress of any dirt or humid agents. So basically, also it features M30 M30 thread, which often is used for the sensors. So this is the standard sensor thread which can be used widely in the automation environment. And it comes also with different flavors, of the uh, with different flavors of the versions. First off is the zoom spotlight. Second is the so-called backlight spotlight with possibility of attaching the C-mount lenses. And the third one is the in-light spotlight, which is basically compatible with some optical systems with axial illumination. It has a narrow output that we put into some special kind of lens with the prismatic axial illumination. So axial illumination is all about putting the light the same way the camera is looking at the object. So this way we can do a number of exciting applications. Okay, this would be it on my side. Thank you very much. I hope you didn't get sleepy too much, and also I hope these informations are somehow handy for you. Thank you. Just handing over to Philip.
Hello everyone. So thank you very much, Marcin, for your presentation. And as promised, we received some discounts from the manufacturers that we work with. I see you, Jay, that you are here. So here we have also Jay from TPL. He helps us in some difficult cases. So going in the same order that we had those presentations. So all of the Basler cameras that you saw today, we have extra 10% off for you. This is valid for the whole month, so for like next 30 days. So if you are thinking about getting them, or if you want to try, we are organizing rentals free of charge. So you don't need to buy them. You can rent them and then buy them if you like them, if you find them useful. The same goes for Kowa. We have 16% off for all of the three lines that Marcin showed you. So we have the rotary Viper, we have S-mount wide-angle lenses, and the ruggedized series, which is used for even the harshest environment. So, for example, also they use for the military, for the drone application. So those are the lenses where you can use them. So here we have 16% off for the next 30 days. And the last but not least, all of those lights illumination that you have from TPL. So for the E-line and the HPS bar, you have 26% off, but this one is valid till the end of April, and the same goes for the Z-spot illuminator. This for this you have 23% off, and this is valid until end of April. So if you want to test the equipment or maybe get some more information, feel free to contact the sales engineer that is in touch with you, whether it is Marcin or Kuba or Alex or Daniel. Feel free to message them. Or if you are not in touch with any of them, you can just email us at info@avicon.pl, and then we will quickly get in touch with you and continue the discussion. So we are here to help you to answer all of the questions, all of the technical questions, because that's what we do. And also, as I mentioned, if you are unsure if it fits your intended use, we can always rent the equipment. So you are not buying the equipment that you are not sure whether it will be working. And all of this equipment that you see here is discounted for you. Just mention that you attended the webinar, and then we will discount it for you. So don't hesitate, ask us, and we will help you, we will guide you, and we will tell you what, we will always advise you what is the correct equipment for your application. And if you have any questions regarding this equipment right now, Marcin will happily answer all of it. And if you have any ideas for the upcoming webinars, please let us know. We also have some ideas, but it's always good to include your voice, because we are doing it for you, so we can share our knowledge. We can share Marcin's knowledge. He's the guy, he's our expert. So I'm giving it back the voice to Marcin.
Okay, thank you very much, Philip, for this commercial insights and promotional insights. So as of this moment, I don't see any questions, which makes me happy, so to say, because every single piece of knowledge was probably transferred in a good manner. However, even if you have some questions that are not directly related to today's portfolio or topic or whatever, so also I'd be happy to answer you right away, of course, to my best knowledge.
Also, if you want to download the presentation, see this equipment, here I put the file with the download and with the discounts at the end. So also this presentation contains link to the manufacturer's website, where you can find the specific items. So you can browse it yourself. You can download some additional documents, some manuals. So here Marcin prepared the presentation in the way that it is also useful for you after the webinar.
Okay, I don't see any questions, which means that probably we're good to call it a webinar today. So I would like to thank you very much for attending this almost 1 hour long webinar, and hoping to get in touch with you all soon. So thank you very much. Thank you, Philip, for co-hosting today webinar, and looking forward to the next events together. Thank you very much. See you around.
Bye.